coming to Man Up, I've learned how to be a father, and learned how to be a family man. I've learned how to take responsibility, to own up for what I do.
Man Up's done a lot for me. I'm happily married. I never hit my wife again. The relationship I've had with my wife, now it's beautiful.
I'm now drug and alcohol free. And out of the 6 children, I have 3 children that's come back.
I'm violent free. I'm happily married.
Everything is gone for me. I'm totally a new man, and I really love Man Up. It's changing me.
I'm a lot happier with my life. I actually love myself so that I can love others, especially my family.
Clean off crime, start on a new life, coming to church, praying, slaying. That's my life now, is just help out our community.
Man up to Tangata. There's actually a brotherhood here for you. If you're struggling out there, we're here to help you.
Kia ora everybody, welcome this evening to Open Up Bro. So glad that you could join us on this live set, Facebook Live, Man Up New Zealand. So really tonight we're going to be talking about the subject around alcohol consumption, looking into the dysfunction, the carnage, the damage that it causes to our homes and families. I've got some real men that have got some real issues to discuss with you around alcohol, some of their experiences, not so good experiences around dealing with alcohol. Alcohol in New Zealand, probably the legal drug of choice, accessible everywhere, every shop corner, specifically around in South Auckland, I know. Overload of bottle stores on the corner stores of neighbourhoods. You know, they've got their signs out. They're calling out to people, and I think strategically they really are trying to sell to the brokenhearted, sell to people that they know are in poverty, to take them down further. They see it as business, but I see it as proning on the innocent. But at the end of the day, we've got to take responsibility individually for ourselves as men and women and families. And if you want to cut off the supply, kill the demand. So tonight we're going to open up about this. Here I have tonight with my panel here. I want to introduce my panel. Thank you guys for coming on board tonight. Clinton Natai here, Rob Bishop, Mark Lowry, and my bro here, Howie Taylor. We're on we're live tonight, so looking forward to a great. You probably didn't actually see them, did you? But they are actually here. So at the end of the day, guys, we're going to kick over to a AV, just to intro tonight's topic around alcohol. Check this out.
I was brought up around the drinking, I was brought up around the violence, I was brought up around the drugs, the alcohol. So I thought it was normal. You know, the only 2 people that really loved me was my stepmother who raised me and my older sister. It broke my heart even more because they're now dead. Once they died, I turned to drugs and alcohol and crime with my friends. I was a walking bottle. I was a driving liquor store. I got 7 times DIC, and on the last time I got DIC, I ended up doing an 8-month flag. I did all these programs in jail, you know, anger management, all the drinking courses and all that, but none of it worked. I got out and I went straight back to the liquor store. I lost my kids due to my addictions. That's what made me want to change, was I want my kids back, you know. They want to come back to a father that's loving, to a father that's sober, to a father that's not violent towards them. Basically, I was chasing my tail, kept on chasing my tail. I was arguing with the missus, I was abusing my missus, I was abusing my kids, I was abusing myself. I found out about Man Up through my brother-in-law Eugene. The brother Eugene and Toko held up their pictures and then put it down on the ground, and then boom, manned up. And that's what got me. Since Man Up, I'm now drug and alcohol free. I have my license, my restricted license. Any drop of alcohol on me, I can get arrested on the spot. But it's all good because I've manned up and I don't even have alcohol in my life anymore. And out of the 6 children, I have 3 children that's come back. Had 2 failed attempts at marriage. Now we're getting married on December the 9th, people. So if you ain't doing anything, there's the invite whānau. Man Up is not a program, it's a lifestyle. Man is life-changing as well.
Welcome back, everybody. Open Up Bro. Glad to have you on our set tonight. Our subject tonight is alcohol. We're talking about alcohol and the effects that it has, particularly on us as men, fathers, and the damage, carnage, destruction that we cause on our homes and society as a whole. And tonight I'm really happy to have a good panel of experience in this topic. So welcome to Clint, Brother Rob here, Mark and Howie. Howie, that was your story, your AV, 7 times DIC'd, and as a result, during prison time. You know, when was the first introduction to alcohol for you? What age were you?
I was 12 years old when I was officially allowed to drink. At the marae, we were at the marae, and there was a big drink up there, and I think they were on day 2. And I was going at the back of the into the freezer, and I was stealing the beers, and then I ended up supplying me and all my cousins with the alcohol. And I remember walking around the marae drunk as I was
At 12 years old?
Yeah, 12 years old, and it wasn't until I think it was round 3 of drinking. My father had given me a jug, and I took the jug, and I was thinking, you know, if I drink this, am I going to get a backhand? But he just looked at me and he said, if you want to drink in front of me, then you drink it now, or don't touch it at all. It's like boom, straight away.
So like a father's validation?
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Thank you, Howie. Rob, what was your situation?
Yeah, I can vividly remember being quite young, at 8 years of age, watching my whānau, my cousins, entertaining themselves after having a good session. And then being offered, they used to call it a shandy, which was half beer and half lemonade. And as the night went on, as kids, you know, we probably were attracted just by the entertainment and what was going on. We'd probably add more alcohol than the lemonade. But I think the result of that, as the night went on, it got a little bit ugly. But even for myself, that was probably my first experience.
Yeah, thanks, Rob. Mark, what was your experience with first introduction to alcohol?
Yeah, I was introduced to my first bottle when I was around about 11 or 12 after a hard day's work on the farm. Yeah, that was my first bottle that was given to me. Around about 14, my parents introduced me to the pub, and Cloverleigh Tavern, Palmerston North. That was my hangout. No, sorry.
Anyway,
no names. Yeah, so that was me at around about 14, and yeah, become acceptable for me to in fact be in a social setting with my parents in the pub.
Right.
As a kid.
Wow. As a kid. See, I grew up as a kid, and you know, you're playing sport. Sport is something of a Kiwi culture, eh? Rugby, league, soccer, all those sorts of outdoor activities. I remember in the early, you guys might recall this if you're old enough, and maybe you do as well, is that there was an ad, and it was the Kiwis and the Kiwi rugby league team. And it had this phrase, give them a taste of Kiwi, show them that you're the best. You remember that one?
Yep.
Do you remember that one? Yeah.
I think I was a bit too young.
You're a bit too young for that. But what I think was happening is that they were, Lion Red and the breweries were starting to engineer the fact that we as a male culture needed to have this drink. Because the ad was all about muscles and pecs and sweating and big league hits and all this sort of stuff. And I think they strategically worked on the male ego of our Kiwis to actually say, you know, it got competitive. Drinking became competitive. Drinking became the social norm after games of rugby or league. It was always classically back to the clubhouse. Yeah. And I guess what we're all saying is that alcohol was at a social level. So, you know, after the social level or after the happy hour, what happened after that? Well, I think we need to open up about that, because I think everybody agrees that, you know, everyone has a little bit of socialising with alcohol. Starts off well. Yeah. But how does it escalate? I mean, Clinton, how did alcohol and the consumption of it escalate for you? Can you give us a situation?
Oh, definitely. I can use, for myself, I'd commit burglaries on liquor stores. There was in an article in the Herald of an aggravated robbery that I committed at the age of 16 by the effects of alcohol. Me and my boys, we went into the liquor store and we had a baseball bat and we committed an aggravated robbery. Young and dumb, went to the park just 100 metres down, got wasted on the alcohol when the dog followed us, police dog I might ask, I might say, and bit me. And I was mauled by this dog because I was drunk, and the fact that I was overwhelmed, I wouldn't say, what would I call it? Consumed, fueled by the alcohol to commit crime, to get more alcohol. And that's where it took me. It took me to that.
So, you know, Clint, we see on television too, and a lot of news media at the moment, you've seen a lot of young youth that are committing crimes, you know, taking on dairies and doing some some bad stuff, you know. I mean, you guys were doing it back then, you know. How was it? 16 yeah.
16 years old, and it's used as ways to get into gangs now. One of my men, and my man Up, he's 18 years old. He was fueled to join the gang. He had to go and commit a horrific aggravated robbery on the Papatoetoe thirsty liquor, and he did. You know, he was addicted to alcohol because it's right there. He didn't have no money, so what else is he gonna do? He went in with the next, did the horrific crime, got the alcohol, got wasted, and now he's actually looking at 4 to 5 years.
Wow.
And that's the effects it's having on our communities, our young ones.
Yeah, I mean, gentlemen, what are you guys seeing now, you know, with your own experience with alcohol? Will you guys, could I class you as moderate drinkers, heavy drinkers, or alcoholics?
I think for me, there was no such thing as moderate. Once I started drinking, there was no stopping me. Even if I had no money, I'd find ways of getting it, you know, like doing the liquor stores over. Not necessarily holding them up, just going in there, grabbing a couple of boxes, going to pretend to pay and then walk out.
The runners.
Yeah, the runners, bro, you know, and that's caught up on me, you know, and I ended up doing time for even that. But yeah, it's for me, it gave me confidence to do anything, basically, even like to speak. Shucks, because I was quite quiet when I was sober. Like I never really had much to say, but as soon as, you know, get a couple down me, bro, I was cracking jokes left, right and centre, you know.
So that's quite classic, eh? You know, you had the quiet guy in the room and get him with some alcohol and he's up there singing.
Yeah.
And it becomes a challenge as well, because, you know, it's like, oh, bro, I'll drink you under the table.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I'll drink you under the table. Well, you can't drink as much as me. And then it becomes a competition now. And everybody doesn't know that they're actually all just getting so smashed that the ones that are going to reap the fruits of your drinking is your family. You know, the missus, you go home and you end up smashing or going out on blackouts. But that's what it means. It comes a challenge.
Sure.
So, you know, most of us on the set, we're Māori, yeah? We're all Māori?
Yeah, all Māori.
Yeah.
Yep.
So the stereotype with Māori is that we're all drunkards and we can't handle our booze and all that. Do you think that's true?
Well, I'm Indian, so I don't know.
Well, I certainly lived up to that expectation that was put on me. So I am Māori, and I did hit the bottle, and I was out of control as a result of. So I lived up to that expectation, I have to say.
Yeah.
You know, that was portrayed through the media, through anyone and everyone else. Yeah.
Well, I've got both sides, you know, European family and Māori family, you know, in the blend, and they're both drinking, and they both drink hard, and they both demonstrate, or, you know, they manifest the same dysfunctions, you know. Is it a Māori problem? Or maybe, you know, what's underneath it? What's underneath our drinking is probably the question we need to ask. What's some of the root issues? I mean, if we've got a cocktail now and put some spirits, some heavy spirits with some jealousy, I mean, what do we get?
Dysfunction, yeah.
Definitely going to have some problems, that's for sure. I certainly remember, you know, acts of violence toward my partner at the time, you know, as a result of, you know, being under the influence of alcohol. And escalated into a lot of problems as a result of children being taken away. Family being involved, a lot of conflict, a lot of chaos. A lot of insecurity, really no pride, and feeling of self or self-worth. So yeah, the influence of alcohol that it had on the impact that alcohol in fact had on my life was very severe, not just for me, but for everyone in and around me.
Yeah.
I'd go missing for days.
Wow.
Yeah, and even probably from a relationship, my relationship wasn't probably, was very vulnerable because of the heavy use of alcohol, and going out for a night, it probably turned into a big fight because of who are you looking at? Oh, I'm looking over there, and it just caused just chaos in regard to just not really thinking properly, thinking straight.
And the children, they don't have a voice. They can't stand up to their parents when they're drunk.
That's right.
I became quite violent towards my kids. To the point where I'd give them hidings just for being around me while I'm drinking. Telling them to get inside. Get inside, and they just don't want to listen. So I physically grabbed them by the ears, dragged them inside, kicked them up the backside to go inside, and all they want to do is spend time with me, but I'd rather spend time with alcohol.
Guys, look, thank you for this segment. We've really sort of opened up and had talked about our own experiences. What we're going to do now is that Brother Clint here, he's been out on the streets getting some interviews, so we call it street talk, and just getting the perspective of people out there on the street in relation to alcohol. So check out this AV.
Awesome.
I guess it's to brush off whatever dramas you've got, whatever little, it became huge, whatever your drama is, and it depends on what you want to lean on. If you've got nobody to listen to or to talk to, you got to have something to replace that kind of weird feeling.
It's everybody, everyone's got problems, it comes down to your surroundings, what you were brought up and what you knew as a kid, A lot of Māoris just have that type of lifestyle and stuff, but you have a lot of bros that are different race and stuff, and they're all the same.
Nah, man, it's not only Māoris, I'm Samoan. I became that time, and I didn't blame them. I blame myself, really. And as kinesthetic as with life, you can really just, you'll be lying on that one thing, this alcohol, and it can destroy your life in any way, any type of way.
No, I don't think. I think there's too many outlets around and alcohol's in the supermarkets. It's everywhere. It's too easy to get hold of. Young people can get older people to go and buy it for them. Drinks that the young ones like, they love them and they get it hooked on them. They're sweet to drink, but they've got alcohol in them and waste them.
RCD is ready to drink.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, bro, anything's possible, and I've given up drinking, bro. I've been off the drinks and stuff. I haven't been going to church, but I haven't been smoking or anything either, and I used to do all that, And I thought it was hard, but now it's actually quite simple. It's really, if you want that change, bro, that's what it comes down to.
Of course, man, there's a huge problem today. Yeah, of course, I started up as a teen, started drinking heaps, heavily. I missed school, I mistreated my family. I just became the street fighter.
Yeah, there is. There's only the ones that are too young, can't handle it, and just, too much mischief around the streets. Need to keep it in home.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. So we've been talking about alcohol, and us as men tonight, we're talking about what alcohol has actually done in our lives. It's very clear if you've heard tonight's show, alcohol has done nothing. There's no benefits. There's no asset in terms of time spent with our family, and it's quite the opposite actually. It's deficit. It's gone the other way, leading us more to poverty and to brokenness as a result of alcohol consumption. Our decision we make, but tonight we're going to finish off quite strong. And guys, I'll be up front and very honest about this. I mean, consumption of alcohol and to the levels we've been talking about, it's not just a socialised 21st birthday. We were doing this on the regular, and obviously that creates a culture at home. It opens up doors, as I call to dysfunctions. And I just want to ask the question, you know, what has it opened up the door? What has opened up, you know? What things have we experienced that things that we probably haven't even had the opportunity to talk about, but we should tonight?
Yeah, I think for me, it opened up the door to poverty, because I was spending most of my money on alcohol, to the point where, like, on Sundays I'll be hungover, wake up, we have no food in the cupboards. You know, the kids have got no food for school, but I'll send them off to school anyway with no food, and just had to end up. I ended up pawning most of my stuff off just to get a bit of food until payday, and then get all the stuff out of the pawn shop out, and then boom, straight to the liquor store again. And it just became a vicious cycle. So poverty was a big one for me. And violence, poverty and violence.
Yeah, awesome, Howie. Thank you. Yeah,
yeah. There was for myself, probably perversion. You know, what runs with the social life with alcohol runs with men, with women. You know, and what that caused for me was more insecurity for myself, you know, emotionally. And it's very easy, like I said, to cover your feelings and emotions when you drink excessively. And so what that would lead to was unstable relationships. It's probably until I got into Man Up, which was able to give me those tools, and it taught me about commitment, taught me about longevity, it taught me about walking out and a call of action, actually, to back up, you know, who I am as a man. So, but the perversion side of it, getting into a relationship, it took me a long time. I didn't trust anyone, didn't have any feelings really for anyone. It was just hi, how you going, and that was it, you know. So, yeah.
Thank you, yeah, Rob. So, Mark, just breaking this dysfunction, breaking the habit around drinking. How did you do it?
How did I break that dysfunction? Yeah, I made a decision. I got myself around men that were going to help me in supporting me in that decision, and that in itself is the challenge. Yeah, is to in fact get yourself in and around men that would in fact help support you in the decision that I made. I had everything. I had houses. I had money. I had a family, and I lost everything. So I was motivated. Pain is a great motivator. So if you haven't hit rock bottom, I hope you do hit rock bottom as a result of drinking. Because it's going to bring you to that place where you're in fact going to realise, in fact, for yourself what is important. And what is important is you, because after having everything and it being ripped away from me, I realised I actually had nothing in here. So I realised for me that, I needed to make a change, and pain was part of that. Yeah, it was a huge part of that. And putting myself in around men that was going to help me. And it has, in fact, this will be coming up to my 4th year sober. As a father, you know, I'm sober for 4 years, and I'm proud of that. My kids get to see me Monday to Sunday, and that's sober. And they get to enjoy me.
That's awesome.
That's awesome, bro.
You know, and some people might think, well, that's not normal, but that's normal, right? You know, that's normal for us. You know, tonight as we start to, you know, bring our discussions to a close. Alcohol-free dads.
Oh yeah.
You know, you said something in your AV. You know, I'm sober now. You know, what does that mean to you?
Sober's, you know, I'm always there for whoever, you know. I'm making the right decisions. Not drunken decisions, you know. Even at work, you know. I've always been known as a good worker, but the only downfall was me not being at work every day, and that was purely because I was too drunk. Since being sober, I've never missed a day unless there was planned. And now my bosses are utilising the fact that, you know, this guy's here every day, purely because I'm sober, and my kids are seeing it as well. My partner's seeing the change, and my family is, you know. And
yeah. So, Howie, what encouragement would you give to men and to families tonight?
Just the same, my bro. You know, if you ever feel like you're down and out, if you ever feel like you need a hand up, I'll tell you what, Man Up is here. It helped me change, and I believe it can help you. And all my whānau that know the old me and know the new me, you can change too. My cousins, family, anyone can change.
Beautiful. Well, you can't deny that, Howie, you know, the life that the transformation that you've made. Rob, you know, being a father now and with your children, you know, does it ever dawn on you that if you carried on the way that you were going, that, you know, your sons and your daughters were probably going to walk in the same pathway? Yeah, definitely. I've been married now. I've got a secure relationship. I've been married with my wife for 26 years now. Wow. My daughter, we celebrated her 21st birthday this year. It was alcohol free. And no yard glass? No yard glass. And we've got an alcohol free home now. And it's the normal now for the kids to not have mum and dad indulging in or even talking about alcohol. Wow. But I want to shout out to, as a father, I think that we've seen a lot in our homes with abuse, and even I'll go as far as rape. You know, I've seen whānau actually engage with that because of the fueling of alcohol. I want to reach out to a brother or father out there who wants to stand up for his family and say, Man Up is for you. Contact the brothers and get a hold of us on the 0800 1 Man Up line. So we've got a question from the audience, and the question is, how do men get onto this alcohol-free program called Man Up?
Alcohol-free program, Man Up? Well, we are alcohol-free dads. You can phone us 0800 1 Man Up, 0800 1 Man Up, or you can just message us on our Facebook page. We have over 100 locations in Auckland alone. Message us on our Facebook page, and we'll get back at you. Just for an example, last Sunday I had a father. He got drunk. He went on Thursday. He went home. He smashed his house up. Smashed his partner, who was heavily pregnant, and then woke up in the morning and didn't remember a thing. He made the call to us, and we were there to help him through. And now he's alcohol free, and now he's doing fine. And him and his family are back together. And that's what we're doing. So sometimes you don't have to be like Mark and lose your house. You don't have to lose everything.
Or be like me and lose your kids.
Or get bitten on the leg by the dog.
Yes. You can make the choice. You can make the choice right now to get in contact with us. 0800 1 Man Up, or message any of our Facebook pages.
Yeah. I think we've got a real strong message here. I want us to make it very clear. Man Up, we are supporters of White Ribbon, anti-violence towards our women and families. And
definitely.
To men that are involved in domestic violence, you're out there in the community, you're listening, or even the victims, the mums or partners are listening, get a hold of Man Up. We can actually help men recover, get back into strength, into loving and caring for their family. Deep down they want to, mate. Deep down they want to, guys. They deep down. So sometimes it's not. I just don't know how. Well, we'll take away the I don't know how, and we'll say you actually can, because if you join up with Man Up to Tangata, that's what we're about. We're raising fathers to save our children. We're empowering men to be good partners, and as we've heard already, good workers. Good, reliable men out there in society. I guarantee it, if there's stuff going down there in the community and people need a hand, people like us, we're more than willing to do so, you know, get in there and give a hand. So look guys, we're sort of coming to the end, but I think I just want to heat it up a little bit. You know, Lion Breweries, you know? They call themselves the Pride, you know, they've got this big lion, you know, it's down in East Tamaki. They've relocated from Newmarket to East Tamaki, right on the doorstep of South Auckland. And guess who's right across the road? The police. And it's sort of like, it's a bit ironic, isn't it, you know? That the big breweries are putting, you know, the cans and the beer and the liquor into these stores. I mean, look, the police are going out trying to bust drug dealers out there in our communities, meth and synthetics, and keep doing that because we want to shut that trade down. But yet bottle stores are open and are allowed to function out in our communities where all our people are. I mean, how do you feel about that?
Well, you walk into Countdown in South Auckland, the first thing you see is alcohol, right next to all your veggies and everything, you know. Even in Super Value they're selling alcohol right next to all the kids' lorries and all that.
You go to Beachlands out in Maraetai, and the new big Countdown down there, guess where the alcohol is? It's not at the front door. So when you walk through Beachlands Countdown, we've got the fruit, we've got the grain, we've got the the cheese and the coleslaw. The beer is down the other end.
Wow. I think they're strategically placing them because South Auckland being, South Auckland being known as on the media as, you know, dysfunctional, broken-hearted.
Yeah.
So they're putting it right next door to, you know, to all those men with broken hearts. So we're actually getting a stab wound.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't know of a Māori-owned bottle store, do you?
Oh, nah.
I know it's laughable, isn't it? But it's the truth.
Yeah.
It is.
You know, and I think our message tonight is quite strong. You know, listen, we're alcohol-free men, alcohol-free dads.
Yeah.
Alcohol's not a part of our future.
Nah.
If we have birthday parties and we're putting those birthday parties on, there's no alcohol. If I turn up to my whānau's functions, they know this bro here, he don't drink no alcohol, and we're all good about that. There ain't no mocking. There ain't no mocking.
That's right.
Well, you wouldn't want to mock us anyway. But you know what I mean. It's a very strong message that to all our whānau out there.
Yeah.
We are the ones with demand, putting the demand on the supply on alcohol.
That's right.
Yeah.
And what we're saying is, we're saying we can have fun, we can have a far more enjoyable life. We can wake up on Saturday morning
That's right.
with our children and enjoy that whole day without any long sleep-ins, without any poverty, without any broken relationships, without any of that sort of stuff, that violence and all of that sort of stuff that really, enough is enough.
Yeah.
We might, you know, tonight on the Open Up Bro, are really passionate about this message. I know what alcohol can do. We know what alcohol can do. But, you know, at the end of the day, we can create our alcohol-free culture. And we're putting a call out there tonight. Be a part of Man Up. And you'll be an alcohol-free dad as well, just like us. You won't have to go to the bottle stores. If we're going to the bottle stores, we're going to get some lemonade and some ginger beer. Some ginger beer, make some milkshakes. We're going to enjoy life, aren't we, guys?
Yes. And you can remember it too, because you're not having blackouts. So you can go to the birthday party and then remember what you did at the birthday party, eh? With shucks, you lost some memory, eh? Or you were, you know.
Look, guys, I just want to thank you very much for coming on Open Up Bro tonight. It won't be the last time that we'll be talking about this subject. Thank you very much for tuning in, the audience there. Remember that we want to let you know that you can be a part of Man Up, not just in Auckland, throughout New Zealand and Australia as well. The best way to contact us is on our 0800 number, 0800 1 Man Up, or leave a message on our Facebook page, Facebook New Zealand Man Up. I just want to do a shout out to our women as well. We have a program called Legacy Sisterhood Empowerment. That is for the women. That's for the mums and for the ladies that need the support, need the strengthening. You might have been through some abuse and through some violence as a result of men and the perpetrators of that domestic violence. We want to let you know we've got a sisterhood that would be ready to support you. Many locations throughout Auckland and New Zealand. Sisters, don't hesitate if you're going through abuse, if you're getting victimised, if you're getting any of that sort of stuff. We, on behalf of Man Up, we want to promote legacy. So we've got an AV on our outro tonight on our program. Just want to say on behalf of the brothers, we're alcohol-free dads. We challenge you to join the new movement, Alcohol-Free Daddies. Check out this legacy AV.
I do believe that we come across something that might have damaged us, and here is a place where you can come, really talk about it, dig deep, find out what's the root problem of it, and face those things with the support and help of sisterhood. Legacy is a place where it's supportive, it's got a great atmosphere, where we are uplifting ladies all the time to come in and really be empowered and impacted to change. Legacy is for women from all sorts of backgrounds. Whether it be a horrible one from childhood, whether it be an awesome one, to become better mothers, better sisters, better aunties, and just better women for their children and all those around them.
It is a program, it is 15 weeks, but you're going to come out on the other side bigger, better and brighter. So if you know of any woman that could benefit from legacy groups, make sure you give us a call on the 800 number or message us via Facebook. We'd love to have you along. Legacy is for you.